of the weekend of what the Wonder Woman Chichi. It is the Morning Galaxy, your mid-morning cruise into the stars, into the galaxy. This segment is what we call a shot in the arm. And joining me in the studio is Advocate Marara, an attorney and author, transformational speaker, corporate events director of ceremonies, a brand ambassador, law lecturer. Good morning to you, Arthur.
Hey, why are you saying a queen of the weekend during the weekend?
Because you told me I bring the vibe any day for me is a weekend. Because I'm a DJ, so I bring the vibe. So if you've got a party, come spin dicks. I'll come and spin dicks. I bring the weekend.
I love that.
Yes.
Good energy.
So how are you doing? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much, Ivy.
I know to get my budget and whatnot. But now I'm going to slice the cake.
You know what? Interestingly, when you're in a position like mine, it's actually possible not to receive any single cake.
Because you are a threat. People will be like, you know what?
But I don't want this. So, do you know I actually received the first cake I received was after my birthday.
Are you serious?
Actually, guys, no, I can't buy my own cake. No, I couldn't. But I just want you to know what is called the bystander effect. You see, everyone thinks someone is going to do it.
We're thinking somebody's got it.
Yeah, so which is one of the things that sometimes you actually need to be on the watch out, especially when you're families, where you think, no, someone is going to fix it. Sometimes you may actually have to be that person who's going to do it.
Or maybe you're just a fussy type where you'll be like, but what can if I get in this cake, he's just gonna look at it and be like, it's Arthur.
No,
it's Arthur. So we look at you, we're like, even when I'm taking a watch, you're just gonna look at it and be like, this is cheap, man.
Well, someone actually sent me a present yesterday, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I think I'll post some pictures later on. All right.
Okay.
Let's sleep today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about adjust and readjust.
True. So one of the things that I want us to do is constantly to be having real conversations.
Yeah.
And I think every time I come, that's what I try to build. Because I think we're in a time where many people want to be entertained more than be told the truth. So I was speaking this particular weekend on what we call resilience in tough times. And one of the things that I want to emphasize, which I was also talking about, is the importance of adjusting and readjusting. Because on a wonder, when things are changing, one of the biggest mistakes we make is we refuse to change. So when change is happening, things are changing, you also need to be able to learn to adjust and to readjust. And I think you've been reading the news, what has been happening globally in terms of funding organizations, aid organizations. Many people who ordinarily were liquid just woke up one day, very illiquid. So what do you do in such a time? You need to learn to adjust and to readjust. And this is the reason why I think we need to be able to emphasize these particular conversations. Because truth be told, and many people right now, if they are not necessarily doing so well, that's why we need to have honest conversations. Because you see, majority of the times we're living for the people, which is one of the things that I want to start by emphasizing. Guys, you need to adjust your cycles. Because you see, a lot of people are not living our lives, we're living the lives that are being prescribed by other people. So the definition of success according to certain cycles is you living your life according to a certain standard, which is not necessarily going to augur well with your own reality. And this is the reason why you find a number of people are now going through depression, financial depression. So when depression is suppose that if your finances not up in a very difficult, which is why we need people to be able to actually begin to accept Mamira Gadajun. So what do we need to do in this period so that we get to effectively adjust and readjust? But let's accept reality. When I wonder where to do reality.
So we start by accepting.
So when I watch $500, can I add to 300? Accept that reality. Those is repush. And let me make this point. If not all of us are entrepreneurs.
Yes, very true.
Not all of us are entrepreneurs. True. And secondly, not all of us are actually hustlers.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Yeah. Not all of us are hustlers. So majority of the times, no, I've got this hustle, but one more don't use my hustles. Yes. Because it's not cut out for everybody. I know it's a choice that we have to make. I speak a lot on entrepreneurship. I speak a lot of multiple streams of income. But the truth is, not everyone is actually cut out
to do that.
Yes. Not everyone is actually cut out to do my hustles. So we need to understand the fact that things have changed. And majority of the times, many people are living in denial of the change. That things are actually changing. And you see, what things used to be like 5 years ago is not necessarily what things are going to be now. Either things can change for the better, or they can actually change for the worse. Yeah. And what it means, we need to have wisdom for every particular season. And this is one of the biggest things that we find. Many people will lack wisdom for every particular season. The reason why seasons change is also to allow you to make adjustments. I want you to notice one thing, and I want to make this very practical. If have you ever noticed, Kuti, summer, the next thing that you change is actually wardrobe.
Yes.
Winter, the next thing that you change is your wardrobe. Because you realize, no, actually my bomber jacket in summer.
Order something light.
Order something light.
Yes.
But when I bomber jacket, so I saw it give
Let
up.
go, yes.
So you find that the same way that we're going through seasons of life, I think it's the same way that we also need to be able to have the wisdom for the seasons of life. So that Gona kuita adjust and readjust. So ngatimbo accept the reality. Is no zviripo izvi. Mama wanga chipinda kubasa basa rapira. Ndo zvitoro so unatuka ku Saturn it's okay. But for the meantime, uchituka Saturn devil is a liar. Chingozwa kuti rent riri kudiwa, mune salary 1 yasara, mari yacho haisikuuya futi on time. Accept that reality.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why many people are doing foolish things is because we're running away from reality. So when I'm saying accept reality, if I'm not saying don't try, give up trying, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you can't change anything that you don't have the courage to confront. And this is the reason why I want people to say, okay, what is really happening in life? And I made a conversation, when you accept the change in what's happening in your life, I want you to accept things that are within your control. And also accept things that are not within your control. The moment you take that formula, if unorarama, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the way you pitch your life, it's too public. We're a microphone type of a person. Where everything ice cream. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
so one of the things you actually need to start adjusting is also habits.
Okay.
So don't overshare. And this is the biggest problem in Zim. We overshare. And now when we overshare, we're now under pressure.
Because we've set a bar.
Yeah, we've set a bar.
Yes.
So next thing we're going to do drink on $4, 300 meals. Or you're in the wrong place. I get it. So adjust. So the moment you begin to do that, I want you to begin to say, okay, this is within my control. What can I actually do? Can I send my kids in different places? Can I also look for somewhere where I can afford? Let me tell you this. You cannot rent for 2 months. That's already a sign. You can't afford it. Whether they like it or not, whether they like the trees, whether they like the noise, either.
Okay.
Because you see, majority of the time, so all right, let me help you a bit. If you want to see good workers peg a life you are going to a very unsustainable level, I want you to imagine right now if you lose your source of income, can you go for the next 3-4 months without you having no savings? Many people can't. Because level that I can pitch our life is so high. Every day,
Because you have to make it
exactly. So that's what I want us to do. Going to have a level where we begin to adjust. So adjusting is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. And once you begin to adjust, you're simply being real. And this is the point that I want to emphasize. Majority of the problems, that was the last time when I was in air. Majority of the problems don't start an amo. I told him especially as a dollar sign. Majority of the times. Because we don't get time to sit down. Thomas Vun's honest questions. Where is my money going? And the simple definition of budgeting, by the way, is telling your money where to go rather than wonder where it is gone.
Oh, okay.
That's budgeting. Where is my money going? So someone will say, hey, Saturday, I should do my has you need to print up in statement. Look into my entries, check up and Saturn.
Oh, okay. I bet they didn't ever come back from that.
Yeah. So what I want us to do is to be very real. That's my message. Be real. Be honest. Because you see, when you have to pray and believe God for it, chances are I stay in the wrong place. Dear Father, I command money from heaven. Oh, God, you said we command you Buddha. And the next thing that I want you to adjust. Can I tell you the next thing to adjust?
Yes.
I want you to adjust your definition of success.
Okay.
The biggest problem, and the reason why many people are so hopeless, despairing, frustrated, angry, bitter, is because we're thinking there's a universal definition of success. Define success according to Eve. if success means bringing a vibe every weekend to radio on Monday and ensuring that people are charged, that's success. If success means you're not going to be flirting with someone who's not your spouse and you do it successfully, that's success.
Oh wow. Okay.
Success can mean just say one is actually ega, just outside. And that's success. Learn to have your own definition of success. Because you see, right now, the definition of success is no, I need to be driving this particular vehicle. I need a Raptor. Anyway, you don't need a Raptor. You will rapture. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you see, majority of the times, you're competing with someone whose streams of income you don't know. And I want you to know one thing. Why it's actually very important for you to define your meaning of success. Because majority of the people that you surround yourself with, if they are so excited to take you out to eat, but they're not willing to take you out to show you how they're making the money.
No, they won't.
And this is one of the things that shows you need to adjust your circle. Let's go out, let's go and buy. But they're not inviting you on how to fish.
Yes, then that's a
that
problem.
circle is not healthy. And remember, if you're in a circle, when one person want to be, that's already a problem. Why? Because someone who really wants to see you grow, they'll also be willing to share
And
with
grow with you.
the tools on how to help you grow. And this is why I say you also need to adjust the people who are in your contacts. It does actually help you. So, you to adjust a definition of success. If sometimes it can mean assisting your kids to do homework, that's success.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes it can mean, no, I'm not going to eat XY foods. And if you don't do it, that's success. Sometimes it can mean I'm going to be a sweet husband, I'm going to try to be different, I'm going to be less toxic. And if you do it successfully, that's success.
Yeah.
So majority of the times, the temptation and the failings is we are living life according to someone's definition of success. And this is the reason why a number of people are frustrated. Who told you, Kunzi, for you, nothing wrong with boss, right?
Yes, yes.
But you see, sometimes we not to try, but I said I'm gonna go afford a boss. But your message, I'm thinking of you.
Goes a long way.
Goes a long way. That's why sometimes you need also to then celebrate the seemingly small things in life. Because they're not necessarily small, they're actually huge in one way. So you see, one of the things they actually say is comparison is a thief of joy. And it's so real. Because majority of the times we living and asking, okay, so Ningaitwaji, freedom is waking up to your own agenda. Every time. This is my agenda for the day. I'm going to do it. If my agenda says Chamu Family Wonder Fit, we're going to do Wonder Fit until we're solid.
Okay.
If my agenda says Chamu Family Kombi, by the way, there's nothing wrong in Kombi. Chamu Family Kombi, let's do it. You see, majority of the times, I'm talking about capacity motor. Buddha motor, Pinam Kombi. 50 cents. But guess what? You don't want to too eloquent for Kombi. But you're eloquently suffering. So you see, this is the reason why a number of people right now needs to actually have a definition adjustment. Yechi is success. And I think once we need to do that, it does actually help us to do. So I want us to begin to also adjust Sekorako in terms of Anwari chronic complainers. Do you know anyone who are just ready to suck your energy every morning?
Yes.
That's one of the things that I've done for myself. I've walked out of any news group. I'm not in news groups. No more guys say, that's what and you go. Why? Because you know what? You need people who charge you. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, a power bank, it stores energy. But even the power bank itself needs to be charged.
It needs to be charged, yeah.
Because if you charge it, you use it, and you don't recharge it. Yes, it can store power, but if it doesn't have anything to store, it's useless. So right now, you need people who can actually help you recharge, reboost. And also one of the things that I want to tell you is, things can be bad, but sometimes things will not necessarily be as bad as you think. That's why it's very important to have the people with the right mindset. How do we navigate this spirit? But also you need to realize that there's no season that is permanent in life.
Yes.
Including money, it's not permanent. Including opportunities, it's not permanent. That's why we need to have wisdom. So what I want us to do is let's surround ourselves with people who are solution thinkers, who are solution driven. And I want you to notice one thing. Kuneman who are perpetually negative. Be careful about those people.
Oh, yes.
They're perpetually negative. Every time you mention an opportunity, they're looking for a difficulty. Every time you mention about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're looking for what doesn't work. I want to challenge you, and everyone who's listening to me, look for people who are making things work. And I want you to know one thing, that whatever you're struggling with right now, someone has already overcome. Level already, dreamer. The level that you're dreaming, someone is already living that reality. That's why you need to position yourself and say, okay, what can I do to get? So one of the things that we need to help people, rather than be jealous about people who are making their lives happen, why don't you learn? I'll tell you one of the problems, Rivitica. In general, this is racism. We're toxic. Okay. Very toxic. Have you ever noticed people are so concerned about the source of wealth, not the source of your poverty?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's like a...
You know, also live will not attract attention.
Imagine.
But the moment you reach the point, attention, everyone wants to know the source of wealth, if. Because the default is our final only tune.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, rather than sit naive and say, if, what are you doing? What can I do? What can I learn? What can I borrow? What can I copy? Majority of the times you're looking for information. Do you know there's so many people who are so stuck in your past that they miss out on the future?
Yes.
Not yours.
Yes.
So I really want us to be very careful about that. And this is the reason why I want you to begin to invest in healthy support systems. Who do you turn to? So one of the things that I want you to realize, when things are actually going tough, you need the wisdom on who to tell and who not to tell.
Yes.
Including my pastor. Some of you pastors are toxic. No problem. Next thing I want a microphone by paper one.
Yes.
That's witchcraft.
And that's how
So when somebody's been vulnerable, when someone has been vulnerable and opened up to you, don't abuse the trust. When somebody says, I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, don't abuse that. So we also need the wisdom to know who to tell what we're going through.
Yeah.
And also the wisdom to know majority of the times, if you know what you call your secrets were actually linked by people you call your best friends.
Yes.
This is the ones know top information. It's the people you trusted with your information.
That leaked it.
That's why sometimes you need to have the wisdom on who to trust and who not to trust. I'm talking about something about your life. 5 minutes later on your status, guys, people are suffering.
I was vulnerable.
So one thing that I want you to learn to do in life, be careful about people who tell you about people's secrets.
Yes.
Especially when you've never asked them to volunteer that information.
They just
Why? Because that person, imagine if they can tell you information about someone else, what would stop them
from telling others about you? Yes.
Yeah. So we need to have the right people in our lives. But most importantly, can I tell you one secret?
Yeah.
Even things are moving in your life, not everyone should know.
So it's golden.
Sometimes not everybody should know, including your so-called best friends. Sometimes the worst fights that we face in life is never going to come from people who are far away from you. It's going to come from people who are clapping hands whilst deep inside about nonsense.
Yeah.
That's why we need the wisdom to have the right people in our life. So the question that I'm asking people as we're terminating the conversation today is, what are you going to adjust in your life? What do you need to adjust? Remember, life is about two things: adjusting and readjusting. Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Advocate Marara, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Our guest today on Short in the Arm. And we call this one Transformational Tool.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Arthur, I know you've got books. I know you do a lot of workshops and all that jazz. How can people follow you? Where can they find you?
Alright, so you can actually join my groups on WhatsApp for free. I post then also my channel 078 00 55 152. 078 00 55 152. Please don't say hi. Can I have a link? Full stop. Don't say, hey, can I talk? I love precise. You can also follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook and across all social platforms. It's at Advocate Marara.
Right. So you heard, no small talk, don't go high. Hi, my name is Eve. I am here because I want to learn A, B, C, D, E. And then you take it from there. No small talk. Arthur, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
So his name is Advocate Marara, an attorney and author.